Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode of Reaction and Review UK. Now, today's episode comes from a show from the year 1993. Now, I first heard about this by just watching a random YouTube poop once, which had a bit of the theme song in it, so I got a bit curious and looked up the theme song, and I'll just say right now, the theme song is pretty kick-ass. We'll count that as a pro. So, I figured today, for Reaction Review, I'm just going to check it out and see what I think of it. So, I'm talking about 1993's CYBERSIX. Very interesting name, I have to admit. All I really know about this show is it's about some girl who thinks she's the Shadow, jumps about on rooftops and fights monsters. That's pretty much all I know about it. Okay, I tell a lie there. I know two things about this show, because I did a little bit of research beforehand. It's actually based on, I think it's either a Spanish or a Portuguese comic book series. So hey, I've watched Spider-Man and Batman cartoons, so I might enjoy this. So with that in mind, everybody, grab something to drink. It's time to kick back, relax, and let's check out CYBERSIX. Damn, she can give Batman a run for his money. Whee! Not so easy, is it, pal?
You killed brother!
Oh no, you bastard! Wait a minute. She disguises herself as a boy? Kinda puts those glasses to shame, doesn't it, Clark?
I'm going to the warehouse. You stay here with the others. Make sure
I'm going to yell my plan for everyone to hear! So, that was CYBERSIX. Right, let's just get right down to it. Okay. As I mentioned in the beginning, the theme song was pretty kick-ass, so we don't need to say any more about that. So that's one pro so far. One thing I liked about the story was the pacing. In that when you're watching it, it doesn't seem to drag. Like, every scene serves its purpose, and it just leaves you wanting a bit more. It doesn't, waste too much time explaining things, or just pointless jokes or filler that go nowhere. That being said, I think the voice work, I recognise the dub company, because I've heard some of those voices from the Ocean dub version of Dragon Ball Z. So the voices, for what it's worth, they really fit the bill quite well. I mean, I don't know their names, so I'll just use characters to help identify. I recognise some of the Ocean voices, like Kid Trunks, Krillin was in there a couple of places, so yeah, I mean, some of them were a bit silly, you felt like the thugs, I guess the Frankenstein zombie creatures, kind of had the, I'm a generic thug, I mean, it serves its purpose, it's a bit silly, but what are you gonna do? The animation for this show is actually pretty sweet. I mean, it does remind me in places of things like the Men in Black cartoon, Batman animated series, and the Godzilla cartoon, but it has its own sort of look, feel, and style that, yeah, I really admit, I enjoyed watching, although one sort of critique I have of it is, CYBERSIX's coat just sort of flaps about all over the place, and I don't think her coat is actually that long, just a minor nitpick there. But yeah, I mean, I really like the look of it, and it's just, I think I want to see more of this show, guys. The story, it's different, I'll give you that. I mean, it has that so oldie sort of fashion, mystery, suspense sort of stuff. There's a good sort of chemistry between the two main characters. You know it's going to go somewhere, but right now it just it doesn't do too much. I mean, like I said, it does everything it needs to. And with that, it leaves you, guessing. It doesn't waste an entire episode saying, this is who I am, here is my origin story, and I'm going to tell you every single thing about me, rather than just deal with the present, which is something that always bugs me about some cartoons, where they have to explain the origin story. I mean, TMNT had to do this, the Mega Man cartoon had to do this. I think even eventually Sonic the Hedgehog had to waste an episode for the origin story. I mean, I think I want to see an origin story maybe around episode 5 or episode 10. I mean, you don't want to waste a whole first episode on, this is my origin, that you probably already know by now. That and the show does a very good job of, giving you little, hints or little nuggets of information. It just teases you with it. I mean, her arm starts playing up, she has to drink this weird vial stuff. She has a tattoo with her name on it, and the villain calls her her most profound failure or something like that. So it gives you a sense that she isn't human. Hope I'm not spoiling it for anybody there, but like I said, it does that old-fashioned sort of storytelling where it doesn't just tell you, it gives you hints and makes you figure it out for yourself. So with that in mind, let's just go over the pros. Got a really kick-ass theme song. I enjoyed the pacing and the voice work. Animation was pretty sweet. Story was a little bit different. I'll give it that. And it leaves you guessing without explaining everything. There are a few cons with this, so let's see. Some scenes I felt ended too quickly. I mean, there was one scene where they're walking down a flight of stairs, and I think the guy says to her, like, "Are you going to do it?" And she goes, "No." Scene ends. It's like, that was a bit pointless. I mean, you could have, like, a scene that lasts about 3 seconds was kind of stupid. That's just what I'm saying. These are minor nitpicks. I mean, that's all I can really have with it. Some of the lines, especially from the henchman, were pretty stupid, goofy shit. And the Jose, I think his name was, the whole goose-stepping thing he kept doing, I found him a really annoying character. Absolutely fucking annoying. And it's just, you know, you could do without characters like that. Just saying. And I know this was a pro, but I'm also going to throw this as a con. It leaves you guessing without explaining anything. And what I mean by that is a con, because sometimes it's always good to get some bits of information, and it does leave you hanging, wanting more. It's a pro, and it's also a con, because in some cases, you know, the fact you want more, it's just a bugger to tune in every week to find out, you know, oh, what happened, you know. Oh, I wish they told me, you know, why did you have to wait about 5 episodes to tell me that? You got to look, it's a double-edged sword, you got to look at it in certain aspects. So in terms of the cons, you know, scenes ended too quickly, some of the lines were goofy, Jose, and it leaves you guessing without explaining anything. Double-edged sword. So what do I think of CyberSIX as a whole? That being said, yeah, you know, I really enjoyed this, and I think I'm actually going to try and watch all the other episodes of it. Makes me wonder, though, you know, why did CyberSIX end when it did? I mean, it looks like a pretty good show, you know, very artistic-y and different. It was made in 1993. I mean, I wonder why it died. Oh, right, yeah, Power Rangers. The great show killer of the 1993 era. Oh, God. But highly recommend you check this out. I mean, you could probably find the whole series on YouTube. I think it's about 13 episodes. I'm still not sure there's a DVD of it. I mean, I don't think I remember seeing it. I doubt it's on Netflix, which is a shame. But like I said, if you're looking for something different that complements past ideas, that you need to check this out. That's all I'm going to say about it. With that in mind, everybody, we come to the end of another Reaction and Review UK. I've been Random. Take care, and I'll see you all in the near future. Peace. And yes, I did shave my beard off. Thank you for noticing. Insert any 9/11 joke you want here.